Hello everyone, my name is Carol Spicer and I'm the owner and founder of Spicer Facilitation and Learning. And as most people do at the end of a year, it's a time for reflection, a time to look back, a time to review what occurred with our eyes to the future. And in my business, I often run the numbers at the end of the year, so I thought I'd take this moment to welcome you along with me as I take a look back at the year that was 2020 at Spicer Facilitation and Learning.
2020 was a very busy year for Spicer Facilitation and Learning. I facilitated 67 different events with a total of 667 participants at those events. Not surprisingly, only 4 of those events were held in person. Prior to COVID-19 shutting down our country, one of those in-person events occurred in February. I was hired to facilitate a user-to-user meeting in Montreal between government officials and Indigenous users to discuss the southern Hudson Bay polar bear subpopulation. This meeting was something that I had never facilitated before. It was the first time that I was simultaneously translated into Inuktitut and French, and it was an interesting discussion as I headed into this session without a facilitation plan. The meeting was co-chaired by 2 Indigenous leaders, and I was asked to guide government officials through providing science reports and the Indigenous population to provide their Indigenous knowledge of the polar bear subpopulation and how it could affect harvest in the region. I give a huge thank you to a dear friend, Karen Smith, who used to live in Pasadena, where I am, and who recommended me to Environment and Climate Change Canada, who was willing to put their faith in me to conduct these meetings in Montreal. I thank them for their support, and I'm so pleased that I was able to gather information from the Indigenous leaders that provided valuable input into the preparation of their consultation report. It was the last trip I took in 2020 prior to the pandemic shutting us all down, and I remained home ever since. The majority of my events are conducted virtually throughout 2020. As you can imagine, when the pandemic shut things down in our province around March 16th, things were quiet for a little while. Everyone was trying to figure out what was happening and what this meant. But around the beginning of April, I began receiving queries from people asking for assistance in the virtual space. Many people had jumped on Zoom, they were uncomfortable, they didn't know how to conduct things, they had clients they needed to deliver programs to, they had stakeholders that they needed to engage with, and so they came to me to hire me to help them on their behalf. At the time, I was using Adobe Connect, and I decided in May to switch to GoToTraining. It was a much stronger tool that gave me the opportunity to bring people together and use a variety of tools for high engaging sessions. As things progressed, we all became a little weary of the digital world. We always felt that we were either on the Brady Bunch screen or on the Hollywood Squares screen. We got tired of looking into the camera. But things have settled and people are getting more accustomed to it and are continuing to use this as a tool of option to connect with their clients and to continue operating their organizations. I've been extremely fortunate as I look forward into 2021 to starting to get back into person events, using and following all health protocols and guidelines, but at the same time maximizing the use of the virtual technology as well. 2020 provided an opportunity for me to develop several new curriculum and update some existing curriculum that I had. At the beginning of the year, I signed a contract with the Office of Veteran Ombudsman based out of PEI, and we developed a full training program for them. Working collaboratively with them, we developed a onboarding checklist that tailored learning to the individual based on the position that they were entering. We developed several new products and built on some existing products that they had, and one of the products that we developed was managing stress, self-care strategies, which we piloted with a new hire and several staff members later in the year. I had an opportunity to deliver several virtual workshops for not-for-profits across the province, including Gander Women's Center, Newfoundland and Labrador Organization of Women Entrepreneurs, and the Conception Bay Area Chamber of Commerce. I furthered my relationship with Citizen First, which is formerly known as Institute for Citizen-Centered Service, as I am a certified service manager and I'm authorized to design and deliver workshops based on service delivery for public servants. In June and July, I offered some public offerings across Canada, reaching Government of Canada employees in a number of different locations and provincial employees representing governments of Yukon, British Columbia, Nunavut, and Newfoundland and Labrador. Further in the year, I worked collaboratively with Citizen First and Alex Denique to deliver 4 service delivery workshops to one government agency, which was the Immigrations, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, and they were delivered to employees in Ontario and Quebec. Working together, we are launching a public offering in January of 2021 for 6 workshops in the series, and they will be open to anyone to attend. I furthered my relationship as well with Navigate Small Business. We've been working collaboratively together for several years, and this year, in the wake of the pandemic, we decided to launch the Navigate Uncharted Waters series, and we designed and delivered a series of workshops geared to entrepreneurs on how to navigate and thrive through the pandemic. Continuing on with Grenfell, I worked with the Grenfell Auxiliary Services to deliver fundamentals of project management to their master's students and staff members. And I also attended a workshop or a course, environmental assessment course, led by Christine Doucette to speak to her students about project management and working in teams. I found that this year was a year that people were looking for professional development, and I'm sure that's going to continue on in 2021. One of the things that I'm most proud of is being able to provide a virtual platform and use it as an opportunity to bring people together and allow them to connect. One of the communities of practice that I run monthly is the Entrepreneur Ecosystem Coffee Break. This evolved out of a virtual coffee break that I used to offer under Spicer Facilitation and Learning and the Entrepreneur Ecosystem series that I ran for Navigate Small Business. In June, we decided to merge the 2 events and cement our partnership even further, and now we offer a monthly opportunity for entrepreneurs to come together to connect, share ideas, celebrate each other's successes, and talk about the challenges that we each are facing. Another community that I bring together is the not-for-profit sector, and I do that through an event called Community Connection. I offer this opportunity quarterly, and again, it brings folks working in the not-for-profit sector together to talk about similar challenges, share each other's successes, and just let everyone know what's happening in the not-for-profit community. I want to extend a huge thank you to all the guest speakers who have come on to either one of these events. In 2020, we had 17 community connection and entrepreneur ecosystem coffee breaks, and of that, I'm very, very proud. In 2020, I was scheduled to attend IAP2's Skills Symposium in Saskatchewan in May. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, that event did not happen. However, IAP2, which is the International Association of Public Practitioners, of which I am a member, was able to offer training virtually. I participated in the first Foundations course, Planning for Effective Public Participation, and I'm scheduled to participate in the second course, Techniques for Effective Public Participation, in January 2021. I was able to put my training to good use almost immediately, as just after I was hired by the Newfoundland and Labrador Federation of Agriculture, one of my favorite clients that keeps bringing me back, to facilitate engagement sessions to prepare for the development of their strategic plan. Unfortunately, as with everyone, they weren't able to bring stakeholders together, so I was able to use my expertise and offer a virtual platform and launch what I called my Talking to Farmers project. We had several engagement sessions from May and through August, and eventually it was used for input to develop a strategic plan for the Federation beginning November in 2020. This is a really exciting project, and I'm very pleased that I've been asked now to commence with a new project on climate change, which we started in December, and we're continuing some engagement events in 2021. Looking forward to working with this client once again. One of the most humbling experiences for me in 2020 was when I received a letter indicating that someone had taken the time to nominate me for an Entrepreneur of the Year award offered by the Newfoundland and Labrador Organization of Women Entrepreneurs. I was amazed that someone had actually taken the time to do this, and I was so pleased and so honored to receive this nomination. While I didn't win the award this year, I was very proud of all the recipients and offer congratulations to all my fellow nominees and award winners at Enlo's Gala that was held virtually this year, such as many things in 2020.
Well, folks, there you have it. That was year 2020 at Spicer Facilitation and Learning. As you can see, I was so blessed. I'm so grateful and thankful for my family and friends who have supported me in starting and continuing my business, for my clients who stuck with me, both new and repeat clients in 2020. I'm so looking forward to working with everyone in 2021. I wish you all safe, healthy, happy 2021. All the best from me, Carol Spicer, owner and founder of Spicer Facilitation and Learning. Have yourselves a great day.